Good evening, Mask enjoyers. I hope you're alright. It's time for the Abnormal Barders. Yes, tonight we have the MP5, the Heat Seeker MP5. It's got 60,000 subscribers. Oh my god. We got the rocket launcher. We have the garage door. We have the SAR, the face mask. We also happen to have this tier 2 set right here. We have an interesting batch of skins to chase after, but first of all, we need to figure out prices for these abnormal skins, and then afterwards, we need to figure out prices for the regular skins as well. Now, if you don't fully understand what I just said, abnormal, regular skins, what on earth is he on about? Well, I can help you out very quickly. Please consider looking in the description right now. You'll see two videos are listed. The first video is a short video which will very quickly and briefly explain and showcase what abnormals are. In short, they are skins that become marketable before the roster even rotates. We know exactly when they become marketable, so as I said, we can sit here now, figure out prices, and then when the time is right, we race to put those barders down, and hopefully, we'll be the people who pick up these skins for the cheapest prices, as we'll probably get priority with our buy orders. Now, after we do those buy orders, we can look at the abnormal barter support and get a good idea in regards to, are these skins actually going to retain their value? How many barders they have? How high does the price go with the buy orders? It's helpful. And looking at that MP5 tonight, ooh, that's going to be very helpful there. Oh, yes. Now, regular skins, of course, they are only marketable when the roster rotates. So, okay, cool. If that's a lot of information, and if you think the short video isn't enough, you need more than just 60 seconds, consider watching the second listed video. It's about 20 minutes long, but it will literally tell you everything in regards to what abnormals are. It'll be super helpful in that regard. So, cool. Let's get started then. Heat Seeker MP5. Oh, and yep, just to point out, as Mr. Comfy Placebo has pointed out, yes, Steam inventories are broken for all different games. I can't load in the next page on TF2 and on Counter-Strike and of course on Rust. However, if you use extensions like I do here, so I have a Steam inventory helper, I can move along to page 3. Can't go up to page 4 though. But I don't think everybody has a ridiculous amount of skins like I do. You can still list skins. I listed this earlier as a test, and there it is, large snake box. So people can still list skins, but it might take a while tonight just to get that across, right? So yes, that's an issue that's affecting everyone. It's a Steam issue. Let's now get started and talk about the Heat Seeker MP5. Oh god, it's over 60,000 subscribers. I was debating having made a video quite literally talking about the Heat Seeker collection. Heat Seeker Summer. What a wonderful time to be, taking part in all of this. But yeah, we had just seen the SAR sell a ridiculous amount in the second half of last week. We're questioning how ridiculous was the MP5 going to be. And of course, we have been keeping track of the SAR's price, which of course you can see on the front page over to here. Ta-da! Where are we? There it is. It has not left the front page in a very, very long time. Literally the second it was marketable, it's constantly been on the front page. Over 400 listings, which is ridiculous. And, well, the price has kind of gone up and down, up and down. Good few days back, it was $12. Since then it has gone down because more and more listings have appeared. At one point, a good, 24 hours ago, this was actually down to just about $4. People are still buying it out. Even though they've sold a ridiculous amount, there is still a lot of people that want to buy it. Because again, it's the AIM site. Nothing compares to it. And the same can be said about the MP5. So yeah, sure, a lot of people bought it because they wanted to use it. But a lot of people did also buy it with the pure intent to sell. But there's, evidently, there's too many people that bought it with a pure intent to sell. Or rather, they've bought too many skins with a pure intent to sell. You're going to end up seeing a lot of them appearing on the Steam market and eventually on third-party sites and whatnot. The expectation is, of course, that the prices will inevitably go down. Now, over the course of the summer, if we keep seeing more and more skins being produced and accepted, and, well, let me tell you, if we go over to here, Mr. Vase has gone ahead and made the Thompson. That is on the workshop. That's been there for a while. I actually quite literally showcased it in that Heat Seeker collection video. And I can confirm a SAP is next. There will be more skins. Will they be accepted? We have seen people complain on Twitter saying that, transparency is too ridiculous, it's too pay to win. Maybe Face Punch might actually take a bit of a step back. But honestly, after the MP5 and the SAR, there isn't really anything else that's going to greatly appreciate some transparency that can actually happen. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think you can make anything else super transparent other than the LR300. And I actually found out quite recently you can make a double barrel shotgun aim sight transparent. What I'm saying is, where it doesn't look awkward. I think we are still going to see the skins being accepted. I think we're still going to see some very good momentum. But I still worry about the fact that that has done 60,000 subscribers. Now, just to repeat, 60,000 subscribers refers to at least 60,000 individual people have bought that skin. But how many did they buy each? That we don't know. But to give you a rough guess, it wouldn't surprise me if that's actually done about 100,000 sales. Like, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. That has very likely sold a ridiculous amount. But, so as long as there is demand, so as long as people actively still want it, so as long as we don't see anything that literally is the same design, and I have seen some attempts. Let's just go over here to the workshop. Let me take a look at the recent MP5 skins that were submitted. Oh, look at this. Sunflare. Well, what a cool looking MP5. But here's a cutout version. Kavensi, obviously seeing the success Vase has had, well, he's like, well, if he's allowed to do it, surely I could do it as well. And, well, there you go. Other people are attempting this. We've seen this with the SARs recently as well. Other skin creators are taking note. That one guy that was allowed to have it, surely they could do it as well. Here's the problem. If that had to be accepted, suddenly that is no longer that special anymore, is it? And that'll be a disaster. That'll be a big, 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 big problem for that. So Twitch drops, other skins in Rust stores, that could have a very negative impact. But like I said, if you were to go on Twitter right about now, I've got to scroll down a fair bit. Wildrum made a tweet. Where is it? It's just over here. Here you go. So Wildrum makes a tweet. Other people respond. Basically, yes, these AIM sites are ridiculously pay to win. And the fact that content creators step forward, voice their opinions and whatnot, I'm under the impression Face Punch is probably like, oh, yeah, maybe we should probably take a bit of a step back now. If people are complaining, it might not be wise to continue doing that. I don't know. I don't work for them. So, having said all of that, and now we sit here and question what's going to happen next, I still think that's going to retain its value, at least over the course of the summer. But inevitably, when we go through the September, October, November period of time, you know, the autumn seasonal dip, I really do worry for that. For I do expect a lot of people to turn up over the course of the next few months. Kids will be out of school, summer vacation across the world, I'd assume. Kids out of school in general, let's just say that. I would expect that we're going to see some very, very nice average player counts for the months. We're going to see some very interesting peak player counts. Whilst we don't exactly expect a massive update, we are still expecting a lot of people to turn up. And of course, you know, the summer sale just around the corner, Rust will be even cheaper. Oh, wow. But yep, just to give you a nice little visual, that was May last year. That was June last year. That's a big jump, isn't it? Could we expect that again? Okay. So if we do see consistent skins being made and accepted, that'll be a benefit. If we don't see any other MP5s being accepted like it, that'll be a benefit. But even then, inevitably, with so many skins, and with kids going back to school around August, September, October period of time, you're going to end up seeing a lot of listings being chucked on the Steam market, and that is where I think things will get very, very, very awkward. So you might want to consider doing two barders tonight, a long-term barder and a short-term barder of some sort. But yeah, I do expect it to retain its $3 price. I don't know if it's going to go up that much in price. Is it going to match up to the SAR? That's going to be very questionable. I don't know, but I do know the SAR did sell quite considerably less. Like, that did 39,000 subscribers, but again, it took like 3 or 4 days for people to really, really get in their heads. That AIM site's ridiculous. There will be another batch of listings appearing fairly soon, literally when we have the abnormal barders. I'll probably point that out a little bit later. But I think I'm going to do like $1.80 to $2.50. I still think it'll be an interesting thing to chase after. I still think the barder's going to be good for it. But it's that long term where I worry for it, okay? Do you think we'll ever see another MP5 like that? Well, how long's Rust going to go on for? I do expect it to happen at some point eventually, so Twitch drop or whatnot. So yeah, $2 to $2.50. Let's move on. Black Ops rocket launcher. So, we have, of course, recently seen a rocket launcher being accepted, the Easter one. Not looking that good at the moment. I did make a point that we don't really get that many rocket launcher skins being accepted anymore, as you can see. And for quite a long time, we didn't actually see that, like, any being accepted. And then got that special one last year, the Dragon Rocket Launcher. That was made by Facepunch themselves. That is expected to routinely reappear every Lunar New Year from here and now. We've had Twitch drops. People very likely have all of those for free at the moment. But the Black Ops Rocket Launcher, are you actually going to do a better job in terms of retaining value? Now, how many of these are listed on the Steam market at the moment? 30. However, I question, do people actually want like a chocolate rocket launcher? Would they perhaps prefer to use the sleek black designs of the Black Ops rocket launcher with a transparent aim sight and whatnot? And don't forget, this is part of the established weapon collection at the moment. Now, I should also bring up Kolotinsky Holodno have actually gone ahead and made a jackhammer. And I'm actually looking forward to it because we have not had a jackhammer in quite some time. And that looks nice, shiny. And I wonder if they're going to do any other like weapons and tools that just don't get that many skins accepted. There could be more to this collection. But you're going to sit there and say now, oh, is the collection in demand? Well, the AK and the SAR have improved a little bit. If we were to see the jackhammer being accepted, would that change a little bit more? I hope so. I wonder if the skin creators ever delve into deplorables in clothing and armour. I think clothing and armour might be a thing we will see eventually. They might be biding their time waiting for the summertime, in which with more people around playing the game, more people to see that, and very likely more people buy the skins then. It's a smart choice. It's understandable. So, okay. I don't answer for them though. They are the skin creators. That choice would be up to them. But some clothing and armour eventually would probably help out that Black Ops rocket launcher. So I'm going to sit here and say this. I'm not 100% sure, but with my estimates, with the 48-hour analysis, if we could just go over to here, so Rust Saturday 48-hour analysis, I was making considerations in regards to how much all of the skins were likely going to reach. Seeker MP5 has actually surpassed 60,000, but anyway, I thought Black Ops Rocket Launcher was going to do between 23 to 26,000 subscribers. Lo and behold, it's just gone over that. So, okay, fair enough. I can't help but assume it's still going to go below its Rustle price. As time goes on over the course of the summer, maybe it does get appreciated and whatnot. I'd like to see it happen. But I question it still. I'm not fully confident. I'm going to go $1 to $1.50. I could see it doing better compared to that chocolate one. It's just, personally, I don't... There might be more rocket launchers this year. We'll see. But it's nice. Looks cool. Collection does look nice, but surprisingly, not all the skins are doing super great. I'm a bit cautious because of that. So $1 to $1.50. I'll leave it at that. Forbidden Mayan Temple Garage Door. I've already made like a big video talking about like garage doors in general. There you go. And the thumbnail probably will encapsulate the... Yeah. There you go. What a lovely face. What a lovely head of hair. We are seeing ridiculous amount of garage doors being accepted. Okay? What does that entail? Well, it's a struggle for them to maintain interest. It's a struggle for them to maintain their prices. Last week's skin, how's that currently holding up? Oh, it's down by a third now. Oh yeah, that was a big surprise, I guess. Oh look, that's actually gone up in the positive now. Okay, props to you, Mystic Tree Garage Door. But all these other ones here, oh my goodness. Now, just for this month of May 2025, we have received 7 garage doors. And tomorrow? What do you reckon? Another one? An 8th? It wouldn't surprise me. So that is a perfectly fine, cool looking design produced by Stabby McStabface, and it does blend in very nicely with the jungle building skin. There is a collection continuation, which you can see here, the large box. And yet, I still expect it to drop off. Looking at all these other garage doors, you will see that on average they have gone down by like a third, maybe a little bit more. So down 31, down 48, down 30, down 43, down 54, down 49, down 56, down 50, down 63, and many, many more. Point made. So yeah, I feel like that. I'm just going to do a 70 cent to $1 buy order. I don't have that much faith in garage doors in general. The skin's fine. It's just there will be more garage doors, and other people will see them, and other people just prefer those ones and dump the old ones. And unfortunately, that very likely will be one that gets dumped. So yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's a cool design. It's just how people behave. Have to follow that, reflect that. So yeah, 70 cents to $1. Popstar SAR. The Popstar collection's actually doing pretty good. What do you mean? Well, take a look at that. With the arrival of the SAR, it's actually climbed up quite nicely. All three of these skins were down pretty bad. This appears, now it's perked up again. Even the LR300. Let's take a quick look at the AK and the Thompson. Now, again, an AK-47, that's in the positive. Incredibly rare sight to see. But here we are. The barders are reasonably okay on this. The price is only climbing up because that's getting bought out. And, of course, with anime, the power of anime, yeah, that's actually worked out very nicely. Cool. Thompson here as well, doing a reasonable amount. There is a person here that's listed 102. I love other people. I love other people. Anyway, still, it's in the positive. Are we still going to see more Popstar skins being produced and accepted and whatnot? Now, I stand by my very silly idea that I've said in Rust Workshop Skin Checks videos. What would be the wonderful outcome, the wonderful collection continuation for this Popstar collection? I think we need tier 3. I think we need the Popstar Facemask, and I think everybody would be super happy about that. Garage door, oh come on now, everybody wants the face mask. So imagine that, imagine something like that. Anyway, will we see more weapons and whatnot being accepted? I'd like to see it. I know the skin creator is constantly putting out some skins frequently. Well, based on what we've seen, when more weapons are accepted, it does work out in a positive for it. So it's one of those weapon only collections that actually is doing good. Rare, very rare. So anyway, after last week, well, we just saw a ridiculous amount of SARs being bought and whatnot. That still sold a respectable amount. There's demand for that. People love the anime. They cannot say no to the anime girl. So I can't help but assume that it'll actually do a much better job of retaining its price and do a much better job in terms of, being in the positive in the future. There's a little gremlin version. So, for $2.49, I think, in regards to what I see here, I might do like $1.20 to $1.70. Not all the way up to $2, but I can respectfully say I definitely expect this to do better compared to most SARs in general. And like I said, I wonder if we actually delve into deplorables for this collection. I wonder if we actually get like that tier 3. I've been asking for it for a while. It would be really, really, really funny. So we'll see what happens next. But yeah, that looks like it's actually going to do a decent job of retaining its price. Cool. So it's just the face mask for the Tiger collection. Now, in comparison to the hoodie and pants, I'm very happy to say it hasn't sold that much more. It has sold more, but not that much more. So these did, what, 11,500 average between them? Right now, these are just about 12,200. That's still like 700 more. By tomorrow, maybe they'll get a few hundred more. Okay, that's a difference of 1,000. Is that super bad? No. That's actually very close. That's A-OK. We recently saw the tire collection. That started off with tier 2 of 9,000 subscribers. Then we got the hoodie and pants next with like an extra 1,000 after that. Well, guess what? All of that's doing very good at the moment. It's all close to each other. It's reasonably fine. So yeah, 9,000, 10,000. Boots and gloves were accepted afterwards. That sold a little bit more. That's starting to have problems because of it. But that went up in price nicely. This has gone up in price nicely. That's looking good. So with the tier 3, what do you reckon? Could we see potentially the boots and gloves being accepted next? Do you wish to become the kitty? Anyway, Skin Creator has not made like another one. He hasn't made tier 2 yet. He went back to his Twisted collection. But okay, he's taken a break. Give it some time. We'll probably see Tiger tier 2 eventually. Okay, cool. What's going to happen to these skins then? Well, of course, I'd expect them to spike a spike in price. Yes. Okay. Looking at the face mask in particular, it's like face paint. Do you want to have your face painted like a kitty tiger? A little tiger? Chat, in all honesty, you tell me, all right? Are you looking forward to the idea of becoming a kitty? A tiger? Feel free to tell me. Anyway, I'm still a bit hesitant with it, and I'm not sure if we're definitely going to see a continuation. Of course, we're not going to see it very quickly because the skin creator decided to do something different for a while. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, you know what? I'll probably do like 75 cents to like $1.20. It's a cool design. I'm just not 100% sure of it. I'm still not 100% sure of it. I'm not fully confident will be the answer. However, the hoodie and pants are doing very nicely at the moment. That is mainly just the fact that we got the collection continuation very quickly, literally the very next Rust store. We'll see if we get the boots and gloves accepted tomorrow. If that happens, oh, that's going to have a fun time. Yeah. So I'm doing a bit of an odd number, but when we talk about the chest plate, you understand why I said 75 cents to $1.20. So, okay, cool. And now here we are with an even funnier thing to talk about. Deep Ruby Tier 2. So back over to here. Not you, not that face. This. When I looked at the sales of the Deep Ruby Tier 2, I thought that was going to do between 7,500 to 9,500 subscribers. That has only just about surpassed 7,500 subscribers now. And now I ask you, do you think we'll see a collection continuation very quickly? For what we have over to here is the Tier 3 armor. That could appear literally the very next rush store tomorrow. I know a lot of people aren't super enthusiastic for it, but were you super enthusiastic when you saw like Tire Collection being accepted? Were you super enthusiastic when you saw the Tiger Collection being accepted? This has had some consistent acceptances over the course of this year. Mostly weapon skins, of course, but it has been consistent. I'm sure you'd agree. Take a look at all the skins that we've had accepted so far this year. So I'm talking about the AK-4. Well, actually, all of it. All of it. I thought that was last year. Nope, it was the very beginning of this year. Okay, fair enough. So, okay. What price are we going to offer? Because I have to sit here and say I'm reasonably confident that Tier 3 could be appearing. I think I actually might consider buying some of the kilts. Are we going to see anything like this? Is there anything else in the game that makes me look like a gigantic eggplant? I don't know. Is it good for camouflage? No. No. You're bright, shiny purple. It's ridiculous. But anyway, some people might find that funny. If we see that collection continuation, regardless, you're still going to see that spike on spike of price. I cannot guarantee it's going to be A-OK in the future, but it is a very odd choice of colour, but there's nothing else like it. You might sit there and say tempered collection. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. That isn't exactly in demand. Let's go take a quick look at that. So tempered. To give that a good look right now. Come on, come on, come on. Tempered collection has, yeah, it's more darker purple though. That's very much eggplant. Yes, yes. Would the hoodie and pants even be that shiny? I don't know. All right, anyway. Hasn't sold that much. Could potentially see a collection continuation. Might not be immediate. Might be eventual. I think I'm going to do, for the kilt specifically, $1 to $2. No, $1.50 to $2, yeah. The vest and the coffee can, I think I'll do 80 cents to $1.20. I'm not 100% convinced, but again, the sheer lack of sales could easily turn around and be a very nice spike in spike in price. And as I said, Deep Ruby has been consistent with its acceptances. It's done pretty good. I have to respect that. So, okay. I think that'll be a perfectly fine consideration. After we do the abnormal bars today, I'm going to look at the the amount that it has, the prices, and I actually might consider buying some of those kilts. I did the exact same thing when we had the Tire Collection. I wasn't 100% sure the Tire Collection was going to be alright with the Tier 2 initially, but after doing the barders, I felt confident. I bought 50 of the Tire kilts, and what happened eventually? Hoodie and pants are accepted. Boots and gloves are accepted. And that kilt's doing a lot better right about now. And over the course of the summer, I might sell some of those skins. Sounds like I'll be making some sweet, delicious profit. So with what we have here, I am in that same position. It worked out for me quite nicely already this year. Maybe it'll happen again. So, cool. That's just being a little bit optimistic. Right, so that's all the abnormal skins out of the way. Now to sit here and talk about the regular skins. So, of course, these skins are only going to become marketable when the roster rotates tomorrow. Dart wheel, spinning wheel. Did any skin creator decide to make a spinning wheel skin after this was accepted? And I'm talking about like an actual genuine good attempt. You tell me. No. Are we ever going to see like another skin like this ever being made? Are we actually going to see like a proper attempt for a spinning wheel at some point in the future? Maybe for Halloween. Maybe for Christmas. I don't know. But what I will tell you is, it's funny. You can throw spears at it. You can whip out the blowpipe and shoot darts at it. Like, the novelty of a dart wheel, like dartboard more specifically I should say, It's nice to have in the base. It's pretty fun to interact with. And as I've already mentioned, because it's actually a spinning wheel and it's got numbers all around it, you essentially can have your own like mini bandit camp. You can make it in the server. You could. Would you like to wager your precious scrap and see if you can win on our wheel? Definitely not rigged. No. But anyway, I can see it working out quite nicely eventually, because I don't think we'll see anything like this in a very, very long time. Maybe we'll see like a Twitch drop. Maybe we'll see another skin, as I said, pizza or something. But for a dark theme skin, I don't think that'll ever happen. So that right there, whilst you have sold quite a considerable amount, which of course right now is almost 20,000 subscribers, which was basically what I was expecting with my suggestion. I thought that was going to do between 20 to 23,000 subscribers. At $1.49, will you dip below your Rustle price? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised by that, because again, do you even need it? Not really. No, it's just a novelty fun thing to have. But people do like that. And with it being the only spinning wheel skin for the foreseeable future, I think it might just work out pretty nicely. Like, in 2 years' time, and we have no skins, theoretically speaking, if we have no skins except in 2 years' time I look at that, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the positive. Again, just for a fun novelty thing to have, I could see it work out quite nicely. Am I going to go buy some? Personally, I'd sit here and say you should probably go buy one for yourself, because they're cool. But in terms of buy orders, I might do 80 cents to $1.20. I'm not 100% sure. But with 2 buy orders, I can like remove the higher buy order if it gets a bit funny. Like I said, do you even need it? No. Is it still fun to have? Yes. But fun is subjective. Well, I mean, what I'm trying to say is you maybe not. Maybe a lot of people don't find it fun, and they don't care for it. And yeah, they'll probably be chatting in the messages right now on YouTube saying that. What about you, Twitch stream? What are your thoughts in regards to the Dark Wheel? Do you care about it? Do you find it fun? Are you going to always want to have one? You probably already own one, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, 80 cents to $1.20. I'll approach it that way, but I'll keep an eye on it because I'm not 100% convinced it's going to always be super in demand. Tiger chest plate. So I've already talked about everything in regards to my expectations of the Tiger collection and whatnot. As I said, if we see tier 2, boots and gloves, it would be a nice spiker price. But for that one, with it being listed at a cheaper price, 75 cents to 85 cents. I'm reasonably confident in it. I feel like the whole acceptance of the Tiger clothing armor was like really funny after everybody was hoping and praying for some green clothing armor, especially with the jungle update. Don't you want to become a kitty cat? Anyway, 75 cents to 85 cents. I feel that's reasonable. Croco set. So this hasn't sold that much. And, okay, is it even that surprising considering we've had 2 saps previously the 2 previous weeks? Okay, well, fair enough. Tropico sap's weird. It looks like someone's buying out all the stock. Like, someone quite literally bought out, like, a big chunk of the stock. 43 listings on the Steam market 2 days ago. Why has that happened? Not 100% sure. Very odd. That sold like 9,000 subscribers. Yep, just over 9,000. Ruin Sap came out last week, and yeah, that's only slightly down below its Rustle price at the moment. Give it time, I'm sure that will recover. That's a green Sap. And now, this is a green Sap. You are looking to be the lowest selling Sap in quite a while. You're green. You are a crocodile. You are funny. Aim down. I think I'll just give the same answer I've said for the past 2 weeks. I expect it to be fairly reliable. I expect it to retain most of its value for the foreseeable future. If it ever goes up in price, it'll probably go up to about like 20%, like most of these skins here. Don't assume it's going to stonk in price instantly. Just accept it. It's going to be a very reliable skin to consider. And if I'm going to look at that in terms of buy orders, I'm going to make a consideration. I'm going to sit there and say $1 to $1.50. Now, the lack of sales could definitely help it out in terms of being a nice, profitable skin. And also, I haven't made too much of a fuss about this, but this is a collection. We have had the double-barrel shotgun, and now, of course, we also happen to have the SAP. What could be next for this proposed Croco collection? Oh, wow, it's down by 31% there now. Oh, dear. But yeah, Croco SAP, you're expected to be a lot more reliable. At worst, it will probably only dip to maybe down like $1.70, maybe $1.60. Yeah, we'll see. But the SAPs don't really go down in price that much. They normally don't really go up in price that much either. So, again, reliable option? Yep. Would you be expecting tons of profit? Not really. So $1 to $1.50 barter might be a perfectly fine approach. That's what I'm doing. B-Box, 8,500 subscribers, selling for the standard price of $1.49, and I can confirm a reasonable assortment of large box options have been supplied. One with transparency, one with transparency and glow, and one with just glow. Like, if any of them get accepted, yeah, I'm sure that'll give it a nice boost, a nice, potential rise in price and whatnot. Hasn't sold too much, that's definitely in its favour. But we have had like a whole bunch of doors for this collection that were never accepted. So it's not looking to be 100% assured. But it's painted like a bee. You might want to have one near your beehives and whatnot. Like, I could see it working out nicely just because it's just a bee. But then you look at all the recent like small box skins, and as you can see, they haven't really been doing super good themselves. We've had the pie, but even Fireflies has gone down now. That was looking very good for a while. Now it's not. Lambbox, you're cute and silly. You're already down by 19%. You're not crashing and burning. You did sell for the exact same price. And of course, you sold a fairly similar amount, didn't you? There's only 14 listings. Okay, getting a good look at that and looking back over to here. You know what? I think 80 cents to $1.10 might be a perfectly fine approach. And yeah, if we do see more skins being accepted, oh yeah, spike of price is the expectation. But yeah, is it going to happen? Well, got to keep an eye out. Large box could be next, but yeah, but I'm looking at it with a reasonable bit of interest and whatnot. I think a lot of people do appreciate the bees. We could be bees. We could live for 30 years. This is a good thing. All right, so cool. So that's all the prices all said and whatnot. I wonder if people understood what I said. I know some people are asking questions at the moment. I'll sort that out in a bit. I just need to finish up recording this. So let's talk about other things that we need to be aware of. What is going to be expected with tomorrow's Rust Door? I don't know. Well, that doesn't sound very reassuring. Well, I mean, I would have loved to have seen a complete sets this month, but I don't think that's happening. So looking at all the interesting submissions we've seen as of recent, there's a lot of skins here in this top picks list from TGG. I'm talking a lot. The little baskets there were really funny. A lot of people really like this. I think that actually is a very good shout for tomorrow. But yeah, overall, we've already talked about that because that was last week's newest batch of skins. We should probably talk about the newest batch of skins. Yes, the Rust Workshop skin checks of May 27, 2025. Like, could Neon Collection delve into vending machines? Now, drone shop? I don't need a drone shop. I need either a pie vending machine, or a guns vending machine, or a sulfur vending machine, or a vending machine that dispenses ducks. Wouldn't that be great? Ducks go quack. It's made by a duck. It's all coming together perfectly, all right? So it could become, it could turn into its own little mini thing. You may recall the Neon Collection, of course, started off as a large box collection, which then got small boxes, which then got lockers. And with the lockers last year, when the new one was accepted, the previous ones kept spiking price. Once they're all out, they all kind of went down. So if you have your own ideas for a vending machine, feel free to go ahead and tell Mr. Duck. I'm sure he'd love all the suggestions like all the ones I gave him. So, yep, some other interesting collection. Okay, I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, but it looks cute. Personally, I think they should do like a baby animal set of all the jungle animals. Baby tiger, baby panther, baby crocodile. That'd be cool. But the corgi one was pretty cute. So anyway, moving on. There's the B large boxes. Interesting doors. Jungle Tomb Sheep Matador. Lovely, interesting designs submitted. What will actually be accepted? And there we have Heatseeker Thompson once again. I won't be surprised. But what about a Coxer? Well, you tell me. What about a white AK-47 like this? Ooh, interesting. What about 3 potential candidates for some tier 3 armor? Speed Rage, Black Paladin, Fish, Deep Ruby. They are all collection continuations. But which one do you like the most? I mean, well, feel free to comment below. Feel free to comment below which ones that you think actually have a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted. Because I have no idea. I love to hope and pray, but I usually get very depressed with the outcome. So cool. There is competition for tier 3. Do not assume Deep Ruby is going to be perfectly fine, all right? You do have to take into consideration there's other things that could take its place. Okay, fair enough. Right, so Twitch drops are almost finished this month. Also want to point that out. Yes, the next batch has essentially already been revealed. It's going to be BELLUM 3, the Spanish Twitch drops. And Mr. Corolla over here on Twitter has unveiled his Well, take a look at that. You may remember Mr. Kroller has gotten some very cool Nordic Viking themed skins in the past. You might remember the garage door. You might remember the furnace from last year with the Jormungandr snake all wrapped around. This is a work of art. This was made by Sadist, and that is looking to be a very, very cool, lovely looking Twitch drop for an AK-47, which of course means that's going to be given away for absolutely free. June 25 to July 2nd, I believe. There's going to be a lovely selection of skins that will be given away, but that is Kroller's AK right there, and I can't help to assume a lot of people are going to greatly appreciate that. I think you're going to be chasing after that. Oh, yes, you are. And you might have noticed the aim sight. It's exactly like the Blue Gem AK from last year. I don't expect that to glow in the dark. But the aim sight, I meant by that, the glow in the dark aim sight. You might remember the Blue Gem situation. Anyway, that right there, transparency on the aim sight. Just point out. Cool. So interesting. When all the skins are on the workshop, I will put an effort in to showcase them to the best of my ability, and I really do want to show off those skins. But we've got to wait until they appear in the workshop. So, all right, that's cool. Lovely things to look forward to. More Twitch drops on the way, and I do expect even more Twitch drops during the summer. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right then, so that's cool. We got that nice and addressed. So anything else that needs to be said? Well, like I said, with all the newer skins being submitted this past weekend, you could go over to my Rust Workshop Skin Checks video. All the collection continuations are chaptered like so. Lots of interesting things did appear, but which ones will actually be accepted? You tell me. Comment below. And then, well, commits. If you weren't fully well aware, the June Forcewipe next week isn't expected to be a massive update, but there's going to be a lot of small tweaks, changes, and some new inclusions. Wallpaper, floor wallpaper, floor paper. Why don't they just call it that? Why don't they just call it floor paper? Anyway, that is probably going to get nice and finished in time, so okay, we'll see, right? That'll probably be a DLC. And over to here, we have more work being done on the floating cities with this proposed naval update. Again, this is probably not going to. This is going to probably take a good few months until it's actually going to get like seen on staging and whatnot. So just be patient. Now, boat building is currently being tweaked and worked on. Yep, we're going to be able to make some very rubbish-looking boats and kind of sail around the ocean and probably sink a lot. Yeah, cool. I wonder if we get cannons. That could be like a new thing with raiding. Oh, shoot people out of cannons. I needed ammo. So. Right, anyway, well, if they could have a parachute and get shot out, that'd be a nice way to get on top of bases. I'm just saying, it's cool. Anyway, silencer stuff. Of course, we are fully well aware of that. That's going to get implemented. And apparently, it might be the Abyss DLC, but it looks like they're getting their own special barrels being introduced. Yeah, that came out 2 years ago, but recently we got that brand new knife being added to it. Looks like it's getting its own barrels. Yeah, okay. Well, they're going to have, like, barnacles all over it and seaweed? Well, that sounds cool, so I'm not opposed to the idea. So, all right, cool. So yeah, for all the new stuff that's being worked on, keep an eye on the commits, and yes, even a blue industrial light. Imagine the possibilities of RGB. So yeah, that is essentially everything that needed to be said. So with that, shall we now skip ahead and of course do those actual borders. So that. Okay, so in about a minute and a half, you're going to see this suddenly get a lot more listings. But of course, with the actual buy orders still waiting, we got a minute to go. Now I've obviously looked at all the skins. I've looked at all the abnormals. I've had to make a consideration. What am I chasing after first? So I've decided I will be going after the MP5. That'll be the first thing. Then I'm going to go for the Tiger Mask. No, I want to do the Deep Ruby Kilt. Yeah, Deep Ruby Kilt. Again, very curious about the low sales and whatnot. The possibility of tier 3. It's too good to pass up. Facemask is also good. So, alright, cool. Popstar SAR, yep, you. Then the rocket launcher. Then the Deep Ruby vest and helmet. Cool. So, yeah. With the potential for some tier 3 potentially tomorrow. For the potential with the boots and gloves tomorrow for the Tiger set. I thought it was alright. I thought it was pretty sweet. So, yep. And we're about 10 seconds to go. All the prices are currently on display in the main chat section of my server, and I think we're good to go then. So, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, UK time. MP5. Oh, I did press F5. Good job, Hedge. 588 listings already. I mean, buy orders. Okay, I think I got the $2 barter down. Right, Tiger Facemask, Popstar SAR, everything. Oh, there you go. There's a rocket launcher. That's looking pretty cool. All right, then. So let's just go to... And... Let's go over to here. Deep Ruby Kill. No. Nope. Right, let's go do a second batch buy orders. What's this account currently up to? I was figuring out if I could do buy orders. I was looking at a random TF2 hat. Sorry about that. Right, you're currently going up to almost $2.50, just about. All right, then let's go position myself right there as well. So let's just go do this, and let's go do this. All right. Comfortable $2.50 buy order there. And if I were to go over to the rocket launcher, here we are. Right, you currently have bars going all the way up to about that right there. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's just go ahead and do just this. And let's see how that works out in the future. Right, let's go back over to here. First bar is always on this account at the moment. There you go, Tiger Mask. Meow. Okay, I suggested, what, 75 cents to $1.20? Right, what's that going to be equal to? It's going to probably be about like this. And then Popstar SAR, no. Deep Ruby Vest, no. And Coffee Can, no. So, you know what? I think we've got a decent amount of barters down already. We'll skip ahead and we'll look at the abnormal barter support next. Alright, it's been about 45 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at all those skins and see what's the barter support looking like. So that's got over 2,000 buy orders. Now, by default, if this was any other skin, to have 2,000 barders and going all the way up to $3 basically. So look, get a good look at that. Lots of barders below $1, lots of barders slightly above $1 and $1.50. Plenty of barders over $2, plenty, and it all goes all the way up to almost $3. All the listings as of now, currently sitting here at about $4. Pretty cool, nice. But remember, it takes a few days and various different waves for people to be able to list their skins. So, as we progressively go through the rest of this week, and of course, next week as well, more people will be able to list theirs. Exactly like what we just saw back over to here with the SAR. I'm looking for the SAR. There we go. Yep. 432 listings. It wasn't a massive extra batch, but there's still an extra 30 or so listings there. And it did initially go lower than the current price it's at. It went down to about $5.50 at one point. The barders to the side have disappeared as well. But listen, if the MP5 in theory were to end up at $6, would you be worried or upset about that? No, it's like $3 profit. Okay, fair enough. But inevitably, the expectation is we are both likely going to see these skins eventually end up like the Jungle Ivy Rug. The MP5 has sold more than that. And for a $2.49 skin, what eventually happened? Well, whilst a lot of people really did want it, and of course are very happy they got it, a lot of people bought it with the pure intent to sell. Look at the listings now, 36 at price below its rust price. Good job, buddy. Well done, you know. Yeah, that's awesome. So, as time went on, more and more listings appeared. That only has 212, and it's already like that. Awkward. So, back over to here, looking at this MP5. Just to repeat, it has sold an absolutely absurd amount. It's not the highest we've ever seen, but it's definitely going to be a bit of a crux. Just a bit. This really wouldn't surprise me if there's actually 100,000 that are bought. So, even then, you could probably just go buy 1, 2, 10, 20. It's up to you. Just know other people doing exactly that. And these will eventually slowly keep being added to third-party sites, keep being added to the Steam market here. Now, it's been 45 minutes. We're almost at 80 listings already. And, of course, you're watching this now, probably 12 hours later. Go look at the Steam market right now. How many listings are right there? But if you were to honestly ask me, hey, do you reckon this will do a good job retaining its price for the next couple of months? I wouldn't be surprised if it does. I would certainly expect more Heatseeker skins to be accepted. But again, after the stigma it's had on Twitter with people complaining about pay-to-win skins. Maybe Face Punch takes a step away. We'll see. But continuation's very likely will give that a lovely boost. It's just how many are we going to see in here? And again, the SAR, that didn't sell as much as the MP5, and yet right now, how many listings exactly? Oh, let's just go back and check again. So, looking back at the SAR, I can confirm it currently has 433 listings, which is insane. Alright? On average, most skins in the Steam market have around 100 quantity. That has 4 times that, and a little more. So, okay, fair enough. It's questionable, but you still very likely could make a profit out of it. Just not a huge one. But eventually other people will notice that, and they'll probably start listing and selling, and maybe these barters don't stick around forever. October time is expected to be the point where this will reach a low point, alright? So during the summer, pretty good, but after that, September, October, November, the autumn full seasonal dip, I expect that to get pretty bad, alright? So we'll see how that develops, but the choice is now up to you. If it's any other skin, yeah, that's looking perfect to consider buying, but the amount that's in circulation, ooh. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Tiger Facemask. Honestly, for a $2 skin, you're probably better off to stick with a Biology if you want to pick up those. Like, if you sincerely wanted to go ahead and actually pick these up, a $1.50 Biology will probably be perfectly fine. Try and get them 50 cents cheaper. It would not surprise me if you managed to pick these up for that price. But who knows? Maybe we'll see the boots and gloves being accepted literally tomorrow. Ooh, so if you want to go buy a few for yourself, it's up to you. It's choices. Yeah. But you just don't know. We saw the tier 3 instantly being accepted next week. What's stopping the boots and gloves? And we did see that happen earlier this year with the Fallen collection. Started off with what, tier 2? Then hoodie and pants? Then the gloves? So I'm just saying. We'll see. So that right there, you probably could just stick with doing a barter. Deep Ruby. More specifically, the kilt. Kilt is the only leg armor that we have. Whereas, you know, with the road sign, jacket, coffee can, you had the counterparts with tier 3, so the chest plate and the face mask. You don't have any other leg armor, so that's always the most valuable. Looking at that, what price are you selling for again? $2.49. Your barters basically end at just over $2. This honestly looks like a thing that you could consider buying. Like, with the amount that I've sold, which is like next to nothing, if we do see those tier 3 pieces being accepted, or something else, that right there, that's going to have a fun time. So, sheer lack of sales, fairly good possibility we'll see a collection continuation. Even though I'm looking at it and thinking about buying a few. And I think I'll give it a good pop. Now, I'm actually the $2.15 barter here, just to point that out. Maybe I don't feel the need to put down purchase. I have to think about it, alright? But it doesn't matter. You might sit there and say, but it's shiny and purple and looks silly. Doesn't matter. If you get a collection continuation, it's still going to spike a spike in price. So I think we've established that already. I don't expect that many listings. I think that'll probably do a very good job retaining its value for the foreseeable future, with or without a continuation. So, okay. Now for the vest. This isn't as in demand, but I will sit here and say this is sold less than the kilt, a little bit less. If we do see the continuations, this will also spike in price. Yep, that will definitely happen still. And of course with the coffee can, same thing. But for both of them, you could just put down a stronger buy order. That's $2.49, and that barter goes up to basically $1.30, almost half the price. And then this right here is $2. That's actually doing a better job of getting, you know, up to its restore price. But that's probably most likely due to the fact that people aren't aware that that price is cheaper at $2. So, okay, fair enough. So, looking at that, yeah, both of them are looking reasonable. But you're better off just stick with doing an extra barter. For that one, you could probably put down a solid $1.50 barter, try and pick them up for $1 cheaper. And this over here, you could honestly just do a $1.50 barter as well. Get that for about 50 cents cheaper. Wouldn't surprise me if you managed to pick up some in the future. Popstar SAR. So as I said, this looks nice, colourful. It's got the anime style all over it. People appreciate that. And with the other skins, we've noticed the prices have been improving quite nicely over the course of the summer. Could that go up even higher? Well, if we keep seeing more of these being produced and accepted, it only sounds even more appealing. But what, for a $2.49 skin, the barter's only going up to $1.84. And I think I'm actually already buying some. I'm not sure if that... I think I did 40 for the final barter. Yeah. So that is me on the top. I feel reasonably confident in it. Yeah, it might dip in price eventually at some point. But that'll probably go down to about, down by 20%. aka down to about $2. All right, yeah, sure, pick them up for a cheaper price. I'll be fine with that. Wait until good times again, and yeah, that will easily turn around quite nicely if we keep seeing more of those skins. And I feel confident it'll likely happen. That's the point I'm trying to get across. So yes, expectations are that will be performing a lot better compared to most SAR skins in general. That's a good thing to consider. And with more skins potentially on the horizon, like the potential tier 3 idea, we'll see. All right, so that's looking appealing. But you could probably just put down a $2 bar order, pick these up for 50 cents cheaper, and, well, we'll see how that goes. Black Ops Rocket Launcher, a $2.49 skin. The bar does end at $1.90. So it's close. It's not too bad. Sold a considerable amount, though. I don't see this crashing and burning, but it could still end up like the AK-47 and the SAR in the Black Ops collection. And they got pretty... They went down pretty bad. I think the lowest I've seen the AK is down by like negative 65%. Yeah, that's not good. It's basically down by 2/3 of its price. Ugh. SAR has kind of stuck around half its price, unfortunately. It's conflicting. By all means, if you want one, go buy it. You know, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put a nice creative designs in the future. I'm not confident. It's still sold a lot. You're probably better off just doing a barter. Do a $2 barter, pick them up for 50 cents cheaper, and chances are you very likely will pick up a bunch of them. So, yeah. I'm the $1.67 guy right there. Cool. So, honestly, this is looking appealing, and this is looking appealing in terms of actually making a purchase. It's up to you, all right? So, I know some people are asking a question at the moment. If you could just wait a bit, I will help you out a bit. Don't worry, mate. I'm not ignoring you and just recording a thing at the moment. Sorry. Who knows what we're going to see being accepted tomorrow? Is it going to be a big roster? I would expect so, but with it being the last roster of the month, you might see some new skin creators getting their first ever acceptances. Jack and we'll probably see complete the sets. Nah, I'm giving up on that, but maybe. Yeah, shut up. So, yeah, go give the Micro 522 website a good look. It's linked in the description. You can see the top performing skins. Remember, score is based on an amalgamation of upvotes versus downvotes versus favourites and views and whatnot. And as you can see, Heatseeker Thompson is on top with a score of 76, and that is absolutely absurd. On average, a very good skin would probably get about 60, maybe up to about 65. But as you can see here, with an upvote to downvote ratio of 3.43, which is insanity, that is a very, very, very in-demand skin. People really want to see that being accepted. Will Face Punch oblige? Oh, we'll find out. Second would be the import container refrigerator, a very goofy-looking crate design for a fridge. It does glow, as you can see there. But does that really look like a fridge? Oh, it looks like more like a coffin. Don't ask what's inside. There is an attempt for a neon storage collection right there. There is the neon vending machine. I think we've already talked about this already. And then Black Ops Jackhammer. I would actually really like to see that. Again, the first potential Jackhammer for 2025. Let's see if that happens. Best of luck to those two. So yeah, go give that a good look, and yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. Are we expecting an early roster rotation tomorrow? No, I'm not expecting that. I'd expect it to be around like 9 PM London time, like last week. And the week before that, it's been pretty consistent. So it's like 9 PM London time. Go line up your time zones right now, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'm still being reasonably optimistic, and yeah, that's that. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll hopefully be surprised with some nice, cool things, right?